Good morning. Happy Monday to everyone. Hopefully you had a good long weekend. Okay, so today's a little different. Today we are doing the elements. And when I say the elements, we start with water, fire, earth, and air. I will mark the timestamps of when each one starts. So the first one is going to be Pisces, Scorpio. I'm going to move these, put them right there. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. It's a collective reading for everybody. And they will be time-stamped because I know how that goes. Okay, let's see, because I have not looked at these cards. Alrighty. Well, I like the fact that the Queen of Cups showed up. The Queen of Cups is all about water. Don't forget, she is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So your cards want to talk to you today. There's no doubt about it. But here's the thing. When we get the Ace of Wands is like somebody's handing us the golden rod. You're getting an opportunity to start something from scratch or get in on the beginning of something, and it has a lot of power. Don't forget, even though it's an ace, aces have a ton of power, okay? And they have the ability to grow and grow and grow. Notice the sunflowers at the bottom. The sunflowers, and every once in a while I got to put my hand in the video because if I don't and certain things pick up stillness, they think it's like spam. It's like a whole crazy thing. You know what? This whole world of social media is like crazy town. But anyway, so sunflowers, did you ever hear like you could throw one or two seeds out there and everything just starts growing and you end up with like a whole farm of sunflowers? Well, that's kind of what the Ace of Wands brings to everybody's energy. Okay. And the Queen of Cups is sitting there and she's looking at it and she's going, damn, what should I do with all this? So there's an opportunity that's probably coming your way. It could be anything. I don't want to just say it's love because it could be anything. But it's on fire. It's the golden rod. Now, if you look at our Queen of Cups, you see a few things. She's by the water, which she's doing that because she's trying to relax herself. So for a lot of our water sign people, you need to chill. Okay, because something has kind of happened in your life and you need to find some peace and quiet. See how she has the shell in the back where she's sitting, which is her chair? I wish they made chairs like that. I just bought one of those egg chairs myself. But this one here is a shell, and the reason she sits in it is because she's using it as a little bit of protection. Okay, she's had something happen to her. So as you water signs, you've either had a really bad week or you've had an emotional episode happen. Now I want you to look at her cup. Okay, so her cup is her heart. And the scarf over there shows you that it's covered, but something could still get in if it wanted to. So that always tells me that she may say, oh, I'm done. I'm not going to fall in love anymore. I don't know if she talks like that. Or I give up on dating. I'm just going to stay in the job I have. She's talking a good ball game, and she does that for protection. That's exactly what she does. She does that for protection. And again, please don't get caught up in the gender if I say she or he. There is no gender. So she's sitting there and she's looking because a new opportunity has come her way. But in the back of her mind, she has the thought process. What should I do? Because she does have a choice because we all have free will. Should I stay exactly where I am or should I give something a chance? Okay. Now, the thing with the Two of Swords is, as you can see, there's reflection on these swords, okay? So this means this is real. These are opportunities that are going to come to my water signs that are actually real. They're not what ifs. We're not living on what ifs. These are actual opportunities, but there's a timing with these opportunities because as you can see, the tide is out in this picture. See how the tide is out? Now, once that tide comes in, she gets knocked on her keister and her swords fall and she loses opportunities. So I would say to my water signs, you're going to get an opportunity for something. It's very exciting. You have to figure out what it is. I am not going to pin it down to what it is because I think it could embody a lot of different things. And you have to decide, are you going to go for it or are you going to walk away? But remember, there's a time with it. If you don't make a choice, the choice is made for you. So hopefully, my water signs, you take heed into that. Okay, we are on to our fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Not in that order. This is a collective for all fire signs. You could see that, right? Hold on there. Let me just fix you guys up there. Okie dokie. It's easier to do it overhead because you can really see the cards and guys don't need to see me every day. You've seen me. All right. So we start with the Page of Cups for my fire signs. And I like this page out of all pages. A little on the wishy-washy side, but I like this page. And this page is bringing you a fish. That's their offering. So again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that's a sign that denotes this card. But pages are all about messages. And I always say, let's go back to, I think it was the 80s, if I can remember. Remember pagers? The little beeper things people used to carry around. My 20-something-year-olds are going, what the hell is she talking about? So pagers, messages, okay? So remember, pages are messages. The problem is the message that's coming in is from somebody who is a little on the immature side when it comes to messages. So they don't know how to verbalize correctly. So I feel like there is a message coming into you. And the message is going to be on the little wishy-washy side, And when I get the moon card tells me that this message is coming in from somebody who maybe you haven't had a lot of communication with, okay? So it seems to me with the moon card, which is the card of Cancer, a lot of water is in this fire reading, okay? A lot of water element. So the moon card talks about illusion. Okay. It's like, it's really bright full moon. And you're like, oh my God, it seems so light out there. And you walk outside and there's this rock that you didn't see. You thought you could see it and you trip over it. So when I see the moon card, I always affiliate it to Facebook, like something social media, where people are posting their best pictures. They're not like, this woman and her significant other get into a big fight. They're not posting that. You know what I'm saying? Or, they're posting in a relationship and then 3 weeks later, someone's changing their status to single. They're not posting the in-between stuff, which I don't know why. I mean, we're invested. Could you please post everything? But anyway, so the moon card's all about illusion. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what we make people think we want them to believe or what you've done to yourself. So I think at some point with somebody, my fire signs, you've, maybe made this person out to be something that they're not. And you're finding that out the hard way. Okay. So we come to the King of Swords, and the King of Swords, this one here, he's not my favorite King of Swords, but because there's others that depict other things. Because when I look at him, and I always look at body language, you notice his arms are across his chest. And that tells me that this dude is like not letting anything in. He's like, nope, I am not revealing my feelings. I'm not letting anything in, but I am going to send you a little shit ass message. Now, they think they're sending a fabulous message, but they're not. So this person here, don't get caught up in the gender. Could be male, could be female. I don't know exactly how many people are watching this, all 10 of you. But I do it anyway. So I feel for my fire signs that you have a message coming in. It's not going to be a great message. I think this person likes to create illusions in their life. So whether they post things, sometimes people post things about, they're at an event with somebody and they're like, hey, take a picture with me. And they take this picture and then, they know it's going to project that they're with somebody. And it's going to make a lot of people think, oh, I wonder who they're with. So that's what I'm talking about. But this person who doesn't like to reveal their emotions, which is an air sign, which is Aquarius, Libra, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, is going to send my fire signs a message. Okay? Hopefully not in a bottle, because it'll take forever, but no. And I think they're the king of illusions. So hopefully for my fire signs, that made sense. Okay? Okay, so now we are on our earth signs. Let's take our earth signs, see what we have for you guys. Ooh. Sound effects are extra. You didn't know you paid for those, huh? Okay, so, well, here's the thing. You'll look at this and you say, oh, that's a lot of different people. That's a lot of commotion. Well, I got news for you. That's you. That's all you. Okay, that's all you, my earth signs. So there is a struggle within you that you have from day to day to day. Okay, especially when you have to make a decision in your life. And certain things of the elements like change it. Okay, and again, that could be anything. That could be a conversation with somebody. Just how we wake up in the morning sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes, we wake up and our mind tends to wander, which is okay because, it happens. So I think with my earth signs, when I get the first card, the 5 of Wands, normally people say, oh, it's arguing with other people. It could be. You could be arguing with some people, but I think it leads to you arguing with yourself. Like you're not sure what to do and you're not sure how to handle this situation, And wands, don't forget, are fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, even though you are a Taurus, but you're showing up right here. We'll get to this person in a bit. But I think don't react on this episode, okay? Like take a deep breath, take a walk, and walk it off. Like I always tell people in certain situations, a couple things, unless your butt's on fire, do nothing. What do you want the end result to be? You know what I'm saying? So if you're going through a struggle, just take a deep breath. Because when we come to this 7 of Pentacles, that tells us, it's time to take a rest. And I always tell the lore behind the 7 of Pentacles. And it doesn't always have to do with money and stuff like that. This is just patience. And this man went to bed and he had 1 pentacle. And when he woke up, he had a field of pentacles. And he says, I'm going to cash all these pentacles in. And this thunderous voice said, if you wait, you'll have more. So, I think sometimes it applies to money, but I also think it applies to patience, There's a saying about, you just pray for patience. And I don't think patience just comes to you because you pray for it. I think life lessons come to you and you have to learn the patience. So when you're, when you are seeing this and experiencing this, it's just a lesson for you to learn more patience. But the issue lies with the 8 of Swords too, is because in the back of your head that this is causing this. Now, the 8 of Swords is a fun little card. It talks about anxiety. This girl is really not tied, and she could walk away if she wanted to, but she keeps herself tied. Now, swords are all about our thought process, okay? They are all about how we think. And our thoughts normally, I'm not a therapist, our thoughts normally hold us back, okay? They give us the anxiety and they hold us back. And this person here, which is you, because this is all earth energy, is thinking, I don't want to allow this to do this. Okay? Because you know it's coming. You could feel it, whether you're arguing with someone or you're making yourself anxious over a situation. So when I see these cards, I would say to you, advice for my earth signs, I would say, maybe it's time to really take a break. Take a break. Find something else to do. I remember a funny story. My ex-husband was funny sometimes, not enough to keep me married to him, but sometimes. And at one point I was, when I was younger, typical 20-year-old in my 20s, getting, involved in family bullshit and all this stuff. And he used to look at me and he used to say, find something else to do. And no truer words were spoken. So when I see this, I say, find something else to do for now. It doesn't need to be addressed. It needs to be walked away from. So I think for my earth signs, you have a little bit of commotion coming your way, but you're going to start learning how to handle it better. And you know what? If more commotion means that you can handle life's ups and downs better, then it's a good thing. Okay? It is a good thing. Okay, we're on our final, my air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh. All right. Well, I'm going to be pulling out the reading skills for this one. Okay, so our first card is the Tower. Watch, everyone just ran under their table or shut their phone off. No. Don't be silly now. I like the Tower, actually. Tower cleans out shit that you were not smart enough to get rid of. So when we see the Tower talks about, and it's not just you, it's a lot of people. The Tower talks about a sudden change, that nobody had seen coming, There will be a few people who are all of a sudden, Nostradamus, and they'll be like, no, I knew it was coming. No, you did. Nobody knew it was coming. The Tower is unpredictable. It happens just out of nowhere. And what it's happening is, so the next card would be the telling card of what is happening. But I got to tell you the truth. I've always, my whole life, since I've been reading, and I've been reading for almost 50 years, I always clarify the Tower. I don't care. I know I didn't clarify in other signs, but I'm clarifying the Tower. Nobody else got it. Let's see. Ooh. I laugh. So I feel the Tower is going to suddenly bring in something from the past. Okay. It is going to bring, if I had to read this really quickly without giving you the per card, but I'll go back, somebody's going to come back from the past, and that's going to put you in a position of having to choose what to do. Ooh, that stung. That was like a Band-Aid being ripped off. So the Tower talks about sudden. It talks about just sudden. That's the only word I got for it. Sudden. It comes out of nowhere. I clarified it with the Six of Cups because I always clarify the Tower. And the Six of Cups is a return. The Six of Cups is an offer. So see, the Tower isn't always bad. I mean, you can't make it always bad. You know what I'm saying? So the Six of Cups talks about somebody coming back and giving you an offer. Now, hold the show. It could be a job. Doesn't always have to be love. It could be anything. So an offer, and I'd like the Six of Cups for a few reasons, okay? Excuse me. Number one, you see how it's little ones and then they get bigger? That tells me that this person is willing to up the ante if you say no at first. See how her hands are in front of her chest? That tells me this person did something to her. If it was a job, maybe they let you go. Now they regret it. If it was love, they broke up with you. Okay, so she's hesitant. So this is what's coming out of the blue. Now we get the Eight of Cups. Now that tells you you have the opportunity to walk away. So you either have to walk away from what you have currently, right? Or you have to walk away from this coming into your life. It's up to you. What are you going to do, my air signs? Okay. Eight of Cups talks about walking to higher ground. Now, if this is a better job, you may be walking away from a job you kind of like, but let's face it, this dude's going to pay me more and it's going to be better. So you're looking to do that. Now, if it's more of love, you're in a kind of stable relationship. You care about the person, but this person here, he's your soulmate. How many times have we heard that? He's your soulmate and I can't live without him. Oh, yes, you can. But he's the love of my life. Are you kicking off tomorrow? Because you got a lot of life left in you. Let's not call it that yet. But anyway, being serious. So you're going to have a choice to make. The Two of Pentacles is a choice. Okay. And it's funny because you did get Pentacles, which are money, Cups, which are emotions. So I do feel for my air signs, you have a choice coming. You have a choice as to whether or not you're going to accept this tower that comes into your life. So that would be on you. All right, my dears, I hope these readings made sense. Please put in the comments, if you enjoyed these, if you like this or pick a pile. And also, if you do not subscribe, I would appreciate a subscribe so you could watch me. I'm going to be posting, more often. I'm trying to get myself into a schedule. And I thank you all, and you have a great rest of the day.